the stream to start, and then we can fly her. Start streaming. Okay. So it looks like we're live, and hopefully you guys can at least hear my voice. I'm gonna go ahead and get her in the air. Yeah, it's in the grass, so it's having a problem. Let's fly right here. Let's try again. Only thing is, I just don't want to be too close to my iPad when we're taking off, so let's try again.
Takeoff. The point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
So there I am. So we're live here. We should be live here. We should be live there as well. So let's go ahead and take us up to about 150 feet and go look at Perry's ice cream. All right, so I don't know if you guys can kind of see from behind me. It's kind of bright out here. Right now, about 100 feet in the air. Oh, 75 feet. I'll take her up to about 125 feet or so, and let's do a little flyover ice cream. So let's go ahead and kind of fly around it. These flying the Mavic, and hopefully, like, being live on both streams, it doesn't mess anything up for you guys audio wise, but flying any of the DJI products so far, the Mavic and drone, before I flew the Phantom, and I probably had a good couple hours, let's say 29. Great. We took a bunch of video of us and I'll have to maybe, and then my son came over and he's like, hey, can I fly the drone? I'm like, yeah, go ahead, no big deal. Morning came up, and he ran over to me and says, like, hey dad, low battery warning. It'll come right back to us and it'll land right throttle forward right into the water. And I didn't have insurance on. I actually sent it back to DJI to have them look at it and repair it. I'm like, dude, I only paid like $800 for it on Amazon. A couple of spare parts I'm gonna try to sell on, spare. But anyways, so this is Perry's ice cream in front of us, and you kind of see me flying around it. We're gonna do one more fly around. It's they make ice cream here in Western New York. Actually, I used to work for them about 10 years ago or so, before I started my software development company. And a very awesome company. They definitely take care of their employees, and the only thing bad I could say about Perry's ice cream is that when I worked there, I just ate too much ice cream. As an employee, a lot of times you get first dibs on ice cream that they have available. So there's actually another airplane flying right by here. That's crazy. So yeah, so if you work for Perry's ice cream, you get bringing ice cream home on the daily. And I was gaining a lot of weight. So, but I was the IT manager for Perry's ice cream for about 4.5 years, and here is their cafeteria. So a little bit, the main entrance of Perry's is right over here. So they're kind of like in the middle of a residential area. The name of that road right here, you see a car going by. Alright, so let's go back and continue to fly around, and then we'll head over to Ford Gum. Alright, they have a new part of the building they added on about 5 years ago. It was a really awesome freezer. Super cold in there. I actually had to install some of the routers that were inside the freezer, and when I went inside there, my eyelids were like, freezing shut. Like you could just feel them freezing. So I can't imagine the guys that go in there and work there on a daily basis. We actually have a server closet in the back of it. So you look, so in the far back there, that big building, that big white building in the far back, that's actually a new freezer. And in the back of there is a server closet which is heated. So I would actually go back there and just kind of get warmed up before going back in the cold to get those routers set up and stuff like that. So switches. All right, so that's Perry's Ice Cream. Let's go ahead and head on over to. Let's go this way. And there's the actual back of their lots where the trucks get maintained. We can actually fly forward a little bit. They have a little controversy back 10 years ago where they're kind of fly that way. Obviously when you have ice cream and it doesn't get used, what happens? It goes back there. I don't want to go too far away because I'm getting a little bit of a high wind velocity. But back there, if you see that green building, there's 2 little ponds, and those ponds are basically what house the byproduct of, if you don't use ice cream, it goes back there. And they got a little bit of an issue with the town because it was actually stinking really bad. And they solved the problem. It was a big deal for a little bit. So, not have to go very far. You see that big stack in front of us here. This is actually Ford machines and gumballs back in the day, which aren't so popular now. If you walked into a bank or a shopping inn or a dime or a nickel, whatever it was, and that was them. They produced that. I'm just trying to move this thing here. Innovated, and now they actually I'm not 100% sure, but we're gonna. So our small little town of Akron has quite a few pretty big businesses in it. I think they're big. So it's kind of neat little town to live in. So there's Akron, Ford Gum. You can if you can see a little bit, you might be able to see the actual logo down there below. That's the front entrance of Ford Gum down there. Kind of getting a little bit of a pixelation going on, so we'll keep on flying around. So I've been kind of like, when I had my my Phantom, I actually was testing out it's like a point of interest, and I'm not doing it right now because I have to play around with it more. But you can actually select something and then fly around it. And I was playing with that when I had the Phantom. I was using that smokestack there as a point of interest and then flying around just for testing purposes. So one cool thing about DJI products, they have tons of neat little we were playing with the follow intelligent flight. The drone was following him around. I know that it's on my Tesla Tim channel, but we are gonna have a drone playlist. So at the very end there, kind of sitting in the garage just chilling. I actually forgot to plug in, if you guys watched the on in. So I woke up this morning and it still had like 130 miles of battery on it, but I was like, what the heck? So don't forget to plug in your Tesla if you know. Otherwise it's like you didn't fill the tank up, but it takes a little longer to charge. If you needed to, which we have one. We have one here too. All right, so this is our fly around of Ford Gum. It's pretty basic. And we're gonna come back toward my place. So let's go ahead and head back home. Where am I? So if you look right down below here, that road is, I jogged this. So I actually jogged down that road and then down this railroad. It looks like a old railroad area, I guess. The tracks are now gone, but so let's flip around. This is the back of Perry's lot. You see how easy it is to fly this thing. I don't know how good quality of video is coming out on the live stream, but It's really easy to fly. We're gonna kind of come this direction here. I can hear it now. I can hear the drone. We're gonna end the live stream here in a minute. It's gonna land this thing, and you guys can see me land it. There's my house down there. So we're right there. Now you kind of have to land it. I don't trust myself landing it while watching the video on the screen. I have to look. I'm gonna probably do a live stream down the road of this going over Niagara Falls. So I don't know. I didn't see like no drone zones in Niagara Falls anywhere. So there I am. Off for right now. We'll see.